The big one for Manchester United, it is Liverpool up next. Manchester United taking on Liverpool at Anfield. This is a 6-pointer for both teams. Going into this game, Manchester United are in the better form. Liverpool have lost their way the last few weeks in the league, certainly. And Manchester United have capitalised on that and have gone top of the Premier League temporarily, I do believe, because I still think there is a lot of work for Manchester United to do to win the Premier League this season, or potentially even more likely to challenge better for next season. But Manchester United have still put themselves in a good position at this moment in time, considering where we were when we lost 6-1 to Tottenham earlier in the season. It has been a massive turnaround since then, and credit to the players and to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And the last 3 games haven't been great for Manchester United, but we've got the job done, and that is the most important thing, is getting the wins, ticking the wins off week by week and just keeping it rolling. Man City are hot on Manchester United's tails, so any form of slip up in this game could see Man City go top if they win their games in hand, which we don't want really, but it's going to be difficult for Manchester United. Liverpool haven't lost a league home game for a few years now, so it's going to be difficult. But I think Atalanta beat them in the Champions League group stage this season. Last season we did see teams like Atletico Madrid go there and win, so they're definitely beatable there. They're a lot more beatable this season than they have been in previous seasons, so it's going to... But that doesn't mean to say that Manchester United are going there and going to win. Our away form is good. We've been in good away form, but Liverpool's home form this season in the league has been perfect. So it's going to be difficult for Manchester United going there. But if Manchester United were to go to Anfield and somehow claim all 3 points, for me that would put down such a big statement of intent from Manchester United for the remainder of the season. And if you look back on the season-defining games, some of these last few games could be season-defining games. They really could. That Aston Villa game where Manchester United won and you saw the celebrations at the end. That game against Wolves where Manchester United nicked it in the 94th minute. And potentially a game against Liverpool could be that game. It really could. And another one of them vital games, because, as I say, they haven't lost at home for a long time. And to beat our rivals, who were almost odds on at one point to win this title, I thought they'd got it sewn up sort of 4 or 5 weeks ago. I really did. Man City weren't playing well, and I couldn't see the likes of Tottenham and Chelsea. They were probably a little bit of a push to maybe try and challenge, but they weren't really there. I mean, they were at the top for a bit, but I never really thought that they were going to win it, and I always thought that Liverpool were just probably going to blitz it again. And now I've completely changed my opinion on it. I really have. They haven't been as good lately. Man City have been creeping up the title, and at this moment in time I would say Man City are title favourites. But both teams have had players out injured and for coronavirus and all sorts of things. So Manchester United have had a full strength team. So that does go in Manchester United's favour, and we can't afford, I don't think, for us to have many players out with COVID or for injury, because I'm not sure that Manchester United are in that same position where Man City have been without a striker for ages and they're still getting the job done. I'm not too sure if Manchester United were out without Rashford or Bruno Fernandes that we would be anywhere near good enough to win games of football, even by the 2-1s and 1-0s that we have been doing recently. I'm not too sure we'd be able to grasp them games, nick them, because them players are just so vital for Manchester United. Now, I'm not too sure how Solskjaer's going to line up for this game, whether he goes for 3 at the back or what he does, but I personally wouldn't. Depends on the injury front. Anthony Martial remains a doubt for this game. I'm not sure what the situation was. The papers and places are reporting that it was a tight hamstring or something. If it is, just rest the guy, because we don't want him to tear it and be out for 6-7 weeks, because although he's not been in the best of form this season at all, we do need him, because on the bench you're looking at, obviously we're signing the new guy from Atalanta, but you can't expect him to come in and perform. Danilo at such a young 18 years of age. Maybe he could be in the squad for this game and on the bench, but Diallo just cannot be expected to come in and perform at a high level. Yeah, and we've only really got Mason Greenwood to come in if Anthony Martial does pick up a long-term injury, and he has been horrendously out of form as well. So it is thin on the ground. So I think we'd have to probably put Anthony Martial at least on the substitutes bench this game. So probably go for the back four of Bay, Lindelof, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. Obviously David Hare in goal. Then in midfield, he's probably going to go, I reckon he's going to go for Fred and McTominay with Bruno Fernandes, and then with Rashford, Edison Cavani, and I think Paul Pogba's going to probably play up in sort of in behind. Cavani will play up front, and I think in behind you're going to have Rashford, Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes sort of in the middle there. Can Manchester United, can that team be good enough for Manchester United to win this game? Of course it can, it definitely can, but Liverpool are going to be a tough task for Manchester United. He could, as I say, go for the back three there, but to be honest, if Lindelof's out, I'm not too sure whether he's got the confidence in the back three to do that. If he does, he would probably, I think, go with Luke Shaw as one of the centre-halves, because I'm not too sure. He could go with Tuanzebe as one of the centre-halves as well. But I would say if he's going to go for the back three, he's probably going to, he's done that before, gone with Shaw as one of the centre-backs. That's if he does do that, but I'm not too sure if he will do that. We just have to wait and see. The only thing with Cavani wasn't at his best in the previous game against Burnley, but he's been out for a few games, and he did say before that at this moment in time he wasn't ready to play consecutive games, but the only other option is Martial, who's not fully fit. And if, as I say, if he gets a bad injury, he would then miss the Fulham game. Then we've got Liverpool the following week. We've got 3 games a week right through till March, sorry. So we can't afford to lose him. And obviously the other option, as I say, is Greenwood, and he'd have to play then Rashford probably in the centre forward and Greenwood out on the right hand side. Whether he does that or not, I'm not too sure. He could do that if he doesn't play Cavani as well. But we've seen, obviously, as I say before, Greenwood's been horrendously out of form. But to me, if you are out of form, sometimes you've got to try and play yourself back in form. The last time Greenwood scored was that wonderful hit from him against West Ham, and a great touch to bring the ball down. I mean, he's got a ridiculous finish on him, but just haven't seen that enough this season, not at all. And even when he's scored them ridiculous goals, he hasn't performed too good in the games as it is. But this is going to be a difficult game. Obviously, Liverpool's front three of Firmino, Salah and Mane is going to cause Manchester United all sorts of problems. They're the biggest threat there. Now, it depends who they play at centre-half. I think Matip's out. I'm not sure on the situation there. But if they've got to play any midfielders, I mean, Fabinho probably will have to play centre-back. And if they're really light at the back and they've got to play Jordan Henderson at centre-half, this gives Manchester United a massive opportunity. It really does, because it leaves a gaping hole in Liverpool's midfield, which I think is the key to it. Liverpool haven't really been leaking a lot of goals lately. I mean, the only real game they did do that was that 7-2 against Villa. It's just that when they haven't had enough defenders at the back, with Gomez, with Van Dijk, and then with Matip out injured, they've had to play the likes of Henderson at centre half and players filling in at full back as well when they've had problems there with Trent Alexander-Arnold and it's really taken away players from their midfield. And obviously Thiago is come back into the midfield. That could be a plus for Liverpool. Certainly could, because I think before they were looking a bit thin on the ground in midfield, and Manchester United, if we dominate that midfield area, we'd have a very good chance of winning the game. So it will remain to be seen what sort of team Liverpool have out, what centre half, if they have any available for this game, because that could be key. If they've got to play midfielders there, it takes away that midfield. And Manchester United, if we dominate it, then I think we've got a good chance in this game. But that's a big if for Manchester United. Dominating that midfield is a key in football. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this game. I'm going to be confident in this game, and I think I'm going to go for Manchester United drawing this game 1-1. Putting my neck on the line there. I mean, not many people will probably predict that Manchester United will get anything from this game, but I'm putting my neck on the line. I mean, it will be an okay point. I mean, I'm greedy. I want all fucking 3 points because I want us to stay top. Now we're top, I just want us to fucking stay there and never leave the top spot. But realistically, going to Anfield, never going to be easy. And if Manchester United come away with a point, even I would be surprised. But I'm putting my neck on the line and saying Manchester United draw this game, one goal each. I'm going to go for Manchester United scoring first and then Liverpool equalising. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new as well. And if you're watching this on Facebook, please do hit the share button. And I'll talk to you all again soon. See you.